Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing on this Sunday morning? Hope everybody is doing well. Enjoy today. You never know when it'll be your last. Uh, yeah. I don't know if you saw my chat. I was kind of shocked and freaked out when I got home. Turned on my old YouTube algorithm. Guy I'd watched who had a super cool channel about finding stuff on Google Earth, Indian ruins, and then parking and going and walking out to them. I found out he passed back in March. And he was an awesome dude, man. The fact that you said he was an awesome person lets me know what kind of person you are. Because yeah, he did have a great attitude. But anyway, R.I.P. Desert Drifter, and yeah, man. Good thoughts to his family. So good morning this morning, Mr. Ed, Mr. William, Mr. Robin, Mr. Drummer. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. It is another beautiful morning here. The weather at this time of year here is awesome. I love it. Dropped down in the 60s last night. Be in the 70s today, so pretty soon there won't be any more yard sales on weekends, so we will go off of summertime and go back to 8 a.m. 7 days a week. Well, I knew I hit my camera earlier. I just didn't realize I knocked it that far out of place. Anyway, last night in my front pocket, I had a knife. Doesn't want to open right sometimes. These thumb studs are kind of tricky sometimes, but most of the time it opens good. I had a Tucson. This is the TS 484. Big boy. In the front pocket, and then in my back pocket, I had my Yan Chevron again. Good morning, Scott. Hope you're doing well, sir. So yeah, that's what I had in my pocket last night. But I also took with me something to work to open up, and that was this, which is friggin' awesome. It's the alt cut from Artform. Yeah, this little thing is super cool, and for $45, man, you can't beat it. It's a little tiny thin blade, fixed blade, neck knife, clip knife. It's got a clip built in. This knife actually gave me some ideas about knives. It's S35 VN. They dropped them when they were selling out of them for $45. So yeah, I'm super glad I grabbed one. The blade is thin, and at some time it will probably need to be replaced, but it can be sharpened for a while. Some Etsy person needs to pop up and offer blade replacements for this knife, and he'll have a market for life. He does some good advertising. Maybe even make some different blade steel blades. Just pop in. Somebody with a CNC should rip out a bunch of those. Anyway, great little knife. Super cool. He gave me some IDs. He gave me some ideas about knife design a little bit. There's a couple things in this knife that are different that I like. I want to see how I might incorporate into a knife without stealing ideas. So that's what I had on me last night. What about y'all? What did y'all have in your pockets last night or this morning? Oh yeah, I got something new for the channel yesterday at a yard sale. I went back out to get something to eat, and I stopped at another little yard sale, and I got a channel drum. Now I can give people drum rolls with the giraffe on it. I didn't even notice it had a giraffe on it. Drummer. Yeah. And you really have to bang on these things to get them to, you have to pop. Like you can't let your fingers stay on there. You got, because if you stay it, yeah, that will go perfect with the yeah, I need to see how they look together, huh? I hadn't even thought about the pipe tomahawk. I don't even know where I put the pipe tomahawk. Oh well, it's around. It's a big box. Why can't I see it? I think I've moved it somewhere. I think I put it somewhere and I can't remember this moment. All right, so what else are we going to talk about today? Anything exciting going on in the knife world? I'm enjoying my coffee. Yeah, you know. I didn't. What in the world? Yeah, I've got everything strode everywhere right now, actually. I need to do some consolidating and picking up. I need to get stuff labeled again, too. Since I made all these new boxes, I'm kind of lost with knives at the moment. I know what's right around me, but... Oh, yeah. Now I remember. I put it up under the couch. Duh. It took up so much space that I couldn't... I was like, why can't I see a big box like that? What is going on here? I put a little box. This is pretty funny. I've got a box under the couch. Let me show y'all what's in this box. Be a good knife topic for a minute. A little collection overview. Let's go over my collection. This is my collection of littles. And I threw them all in a box not long ago. I try not to like shake the box so that they don't scratch each other. So they're all just kind of laying in here. And then there's a whole bag of others that I don't really care if they rub against each other because they're tiny, tiny. So that's the ultra tiny knives. We will start out with the small knives. And then we will look at the ultra tinies over here. And there's actually a couple of decent sized ones. These are duplicates. I need to start, I got these to give away in giveaways. Some of these. Some of these are bigger though, but I had multiples of some. And there's a couple more in here that are big. And these are like my miniatures. Actually, that one's not a miniature. Alright. These are all the super, super tiny ones. Let me know if y'all can see how small those are. Let me get a pair of 3, which is the small one. There's a pair of 3. And then here's a little knife. That one, if that one was enlarged, that would be a big blade hole. That looks like some of the knives we've looked at recently. Got a nice little edge on it. No kind of lock, but it does have a key ring. All right, let's see. Next. You had the PMP Revenge all day yesterday, Ed? That's a big boy. That one has some jeweling on it. Check that out. Look at that engraving work we got. Look at the edge on that thing. What a great knife. Make a good carpet knife if you're one of the littles. All right, this one should be in the other side because this is a big knife compared to the other ones. What do we got there? Aha. Oh, this one does have like a slip joint kind of lock. It is a slip joint. It stops at 180. Huh. So that's a little slippy. With a nice cleaver style blade. All right, let's see what the next one is here. We've got, okay, the drop point. A little bit of a, that's almost like a Warncliffe, but so little you really can't tell. Is this one a fish? Yes, this one is a fish knife. It's swimming that way. It is bejeweled and it's swimming that way. What, did they reverse it? Oh no. All right. That's fish knife number 1, and that is a slip joint too. That really locks in at 180. Wow. That one actually makes a noise and everything. And you know I've not opened these knives, of course. This one is a little abalone mother of pearl inlay. This is the expensive version. It is a slip joint. It's stopped at 180. And I'm really not going to go through all these knives. I'm just joking. But yeah, we got a bunch of little knives here. This one actually looks pretty cool. I don't know why I got these. But as you can see, let's look at them all at least. Get them on screen. What is this one? Got one of those hook blades again? Yeah. Crazy blade. All right, then we got some other jeweled ones. I don't know what some of these patterns are. I mean, so weird. There's so many. I mean, I wonder how many thousands of these little knives there are. That one's solid. Feels kind of good, actually. Got a nice snap to it. Looks like I got 2 of those. The snap felt better on that other one. We have a bird. Guess that's a bird. Huh. Alright, then we got 2 more bunch of more tiny ones. What knives y'all want to talk about today? What is that? That hearts? Oh, that's a love knife. I didn't even know that was in there. And then we got the psychedelic colors on that one. I don't know if y'all can see that shine, but anyway, those are my littles. And these are some little better littles, including a butterfly knife to go with my little swords. There's a little Tonto butterfly knife. That's probably one of the coolest ones in there. All right. Then the other ones, they're all weird. Oh yeah, this is a little fixed blade. Some of them have magnets on them. This is a little fixed blade with a sheath. Why did I say sheath? Sheath. I don't know. I like watching those guys that do the little miniature Japanese tiny cooking. You ever seen those guys? They sit there and chop up little stuff and have a little stove that they use like a candle in or something to cook. And they actually sit there and stir food and cook it. And this one has a flipper tab. That one almost opens. A couple of these have, oh yeah, this is one of them. This is a liner lock. So he actually does have a lock on this little thing. Some of these are liner locks. That would be the only ones I would want to keep. One of these is supposed to be real M390. Yeah, this right here is supposed to be real M390. I don't know that it is, but it's one of those ones from a company that said they really were using. And it's supposed to be, yeah, you have to really open it for the liner lock to work, but it's a liner lock too. I don't know that I believe it's real M390, but it's a little bitty knife. Nobody's saying nothing in the chat. What are y'all doing this morning? That's a real slip joint almost. I mean, that's a lot bigger than that watch pocket, the pocket watch pocket knife I got. Some of these are pretty cool too. They got yeah, that's a nice little slip joint too. It's got a name on it and everything. Look, James brand. Is that a James brand knife? That is hilarious. It's actually a nice little knife. What is this logo? Does James brand have something like this logo? I wonder if this is titanium. Only one way to find out, huh? It's heavy, so it's not aluminum. I don't think. It can't be titanium. Definitely not. I knew it was too heavy. Yeah, that little drum's cool. The Jameis brand, Jamas. Where's that nail nick? Why is it all the way up? I mean, it works good. Yeah, that's a nice knife. I like that one. That has a lot of slip joint action too. And that's actually kind of comfortable in the hand. Pretty wild. Yeah, models are cool. Like, when I got into 3D printing, I stumbled onto the RC train world for a while. I mean, I guess they are remote controlled. The train hobby people, and some of the towns, yeah, they come in little boxes like this, William. They're made to stand knives up. So you take a knife that you want to display, and you open it up, and you stick one of these to the pivot, if it's a steel pivot, and then you can lay the knife down and display it sideways, like that. And when you look at it from the front angle, yeah, that's the magnets you use. Mr. William. I can't show you. Well, I mean, you can see how it stands up, but regular knives will do that too. As long as they got a steel pivot and there's enough metal. Sometimes you have to use the back of the blade. So you can put it on the back of the blade too. It's usually better. So then I ain't got a flat surface here, so it's kind of weird. Hold on. Pause for a second. Uh-oh. Addresses. Dang it. I knew there was a reason I had that open. I think I covered that up pretty quick, though. All right. The whole point was to get this out and show it, so get this out. But yes, you can prop up knives for pictures. And like I said, it works better on the pivot, but it will work on the blade. From my side, you can't see it. From your top side, you can, but when it's sitting like that, you can't see it unless I push on it. But lots of knives have a steel pivot, so it works easy. Like that one. Stands up like that. Yeah, they look like push pins, and they're actually called that. They make other ones too. I've got a set of bigger ones. But this goes good with the drum, yes. Drummer, I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a pipe tomahawk from RMJ Tactical. And it's got a bowl here and down here at the end of the handle, all the way through the handle. And it's based on an old model of a pipe tomahawk. And he put a metal rod, he put a threaded rod here in the top so you can clean it out. You can take this plug out and run a rod or whatever down all the way through from the top to the bottom. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And it works. We tried it on stream. It's called the Patriot Pipe Tomahawk. And it's razor sharp. It'll cut paper like a knife. Like better than a knife. And it came with a pocket constitution and stickers and a little wax seal and all that stuff. He said at least until cold starts. I don't blame you there, buddy. And I need to quit showing that on camera. Even though it's not me, it's somebody else, I still don't want to dox them. A full DLC gringo. Yeah, William, those pins work good for cases. Oh, goodness. All right, I got the labels off of that at least. Anyway, littles are cool. Oh, it's all good, Ed. I myself tune in to Cole occasionally. He's one of the people I watch, so No worries there. That's why I usually stop at 10 during the day, because that's what time he gets on. But that's why I want to go back to weekend. I mean, to non-summer time, so we can go 8 to 10, and then Cole comes on. If y'all haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so for me. I just had the name badge on. Who was our last guest? Edyards. Well, let's go do the normal Sunday browse, a little bit of knife swap. See what's going on this morning over there. Until y'all give me something else to look at. Oh yeah. So I said good things about this but this one, this guy got it, and the first time he fired it, it wouldn't open. He thinks it has too much oil in it. But it was out of battery. So he's going to fix it. Another one came in. Wish mine would hurry up and get here. I hate watching these guys posted and then I get mine like 3 or 4 days later. That's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go over to knife swap, see what's going on this morning. Here's a Herman. 520 for a Herman. Not a bad price. Ling Ma Warrior. Liang Ma. Sometimes I say it too fast. Liang Ma Warrior. Oh yeah. Maybe later. Flipper tab. Yeah, I like the lines of that knife. Just wish it didn't have that flipper tab. Wish you could get, it's probably too close to use the fuller too. Dang. A bunch of different versions, huh? Left-handed, right-handed. Yeah, he is releasing a bunch of versions, huh? Yeah, I wish it didn't have that flipper tab, then I'd really like it. They definitely have a version for me. No inlays and sculpted titanium. That would be my version, but I'd have to get rid of that flipper tab. But then I couldn't open it because you can't. There's no way you can get your finger in there when it's closed. I guarantee. Thought it was like $8.99. I think it was $900 for the full Boca Tie version. Yeah, $8.99. $900 Huh. Pretty wild. Well, let me open that one. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's a pretty one. Oh, nice. 20% off codes rule. All right, so let me show you something I dealt with last night after looking at this Herman a little bit more. It's a good price on a Herman. Was it $520? Brand new in the box. I am the first owner. 0 swaps. Huh. Brand new guy selling a Herman. Nice. I don't think I could make that my first sale. Highly customized PM3. Sold, 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 sold. Let's at least check out the customization. Oh. It really is highly customized. I thought he was just joking. What's the work done on? Who did the work? I'm guessing. Mike, yep, Mike's Damascus. All right, so just a couple of things. Blade is done pretty well, but has some imperfections. There's a small spot that ground on the flat shown in the video. A slight bit of side-to-side blade play when deployed. Edge is sharp and in good condition. Number of owners, 3+. 235 shipped. The Aramis scales almost worth that. What did Robin say? Oh, DLC Axon. He was trying to Jedi mind trick him. Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. So on Reddit last night, there was a guy that needed help with his knife. He couldn't get it apart, and it's the new VK. Dang it! Starts with an A. It's 4 letters long. It's the VK. Oh my God. And why did that not load up more? What is up with this web page? It's a VK something or other. Yeah, the website is not loading up. It's stopped. Bullpex. The A nub. It's one of these. And he went to start taking it apart, and he needs help. And it's a beautiful knife, but he wanted to put skiffs in it. So I jumped in and I started trying to help him. So he kept asking if there was something he needed to do to this back collar. And I told him I didn't think so. and there's not. But this knife has a very interesting thing about it. So let me show you a couple of pictures he sent me. So this is a picture. This is the back of the knife. Hold on. All right. This one right here is the clip. And so the clip has locating tabs on it so that it doesn't spin, since it's only got one screw, which is super cool. All knives should have that. I shouldn't expect any less from Mr. Vulpix. But the other side, of course, has the female part to that, so that when the clip goes in, it locks in. But I was looking at this picture and I noticed down in the middle there's a hex bit. And it's even got a little lip made to where the hex bit will stop. So I told him to put a hex bit in there and see if he could take it apart that way. And then I told the guy that it might be reverse threads, because sometimes they do that on the back of knives. Well, come to find out, I don't know if y'all remember, but Mr. Vulpix Knives, it's not his name. I think his name's Scott. No, Steve or Steven or something. Anyway, he hopped in the chat one morning because we were talking about the VK1FL from Kaiser. So I messaged him on Instagram to ask him how to take it apart. And this is what he said. Well, hold on. Dang it. So I said he might not remember me, but he popped in my chat one morning and I asked him, how do you disassemble it? And he replied with this right here. Let me get it on screen. Save. Reply. Downloads. All right. So this is what he said in a reply to me. He said, for sure I remember. Just unscrew the one visible clip screw that has a Torx. After that, use a hex bit size 3 and just disassemble the tube in the back. It's left threaded, so this is important and may be the cause of the problem. So you need to turn it the opposite direction as standard screws. So I messaged dude and told him that he needed to, it was righty-loosey, not righty-tighty. So he needed to go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. And hopefully when he wakes up this morning, he will be able to get that out and get the knife apart. But that all worked out good just for me trying to help dude out. I was just thinking he was like some of these other Reddit people that can't take apart their knives. And I thought he just was like, you know how sometimes when you take apart a knife, these the locating pins in the back of the knife are super tight. So they have little metal pins that locate the back spacer and keep it in place. And sometimes they get the tolerances really tight on scales. So you'll get the pivot out and you'll get the body screws out and it'll still feel like it's stuck. So I started out telling him that he just needed to pry something plastic in between here if he had the screw out, but it was still screwed together because of that one internal thing that Vulpix added. But Vulpix is the man, so I would. And he showed me a picture that the back of the knife has a little groove cut in it, and it almost looks like it's a spot for a screw. And so I thought it might be assembled like the Tiger or like some Riot knives where it's got a screw internally that holds the scales together. But yeah, that VK Anub, that's a beautiful knife. I mean, come on, check out that thing. That thing's clean. But see, it's only got that one back screw, and all that screw does is hold the clip on. It doesn't do anything about holding the knife together, which is super cool. And I imagine it's shaped the same on both sides, so you can just flip the clip, which is super cool. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, Ed. I don't know why I thought of the left thread thing. But I thought of it because the other screw turned in one way, so if you loosened it, it could possibly loosen the whole mechanism if it wasn't reversed like that. But I swear I said it to him in his chat before I got the answer from Vulpex. I don't know why I thought of that. But some knives where one part rotates, you don't want the whole thing to rotate. Yeah, and anything that spins is going to be backwards threads. Like any kind of grinder or... a bench grinder, just like Drummer said. But I don't know, I figured... I thought it was worth trying, but he did heat it up. Like, he used a torch. Because that was I was thinking it was red Loctite. In fact, that's what I even said to Vulpex. I said, I think it might just be a case of red Loctite, is what I sent to Vulpex. Yeah, I like that knife. Alright. Back to knife swap we go. Oh, Christopher, somebody else asked me about DLC last night. So on my integral post, on my hold on. On this post right here, somebody asked me how I got a solid black TS 195, which is the one in the middle. And so you were just talking about DLCs, but Way of Knife offers a full DLC service. And they have decent prices. You can get both sides of your scales done for $50. 2 scales or liners, 2 pieces for $50. And then a blade, a large blade, is $75. So for $125, you can get any knife DLC coated. And I would show. I don't feel like grabbing mine right now, but I'll just tell you, it's perfect DLC. You can see it right here when it's open in the top row up there in the top left. No, I don't know how long it takes. Oh, you're asking Chris. Sorry, Christopher. Yeah, you should get your Mini Sweeney done. I can't recommend it enough. From the quality, I haven't tried scratching it yet. But it looks like it's going to be durable. I mean, and we tested that Strider last week. I tried to scratch the heck out of that Strider that came from China. That was like $80 with DLC. And I figured it was close to the same DLC quality, but it seems like pretty decent DLC. of course, I said I didn't want to grab it, but I will. We're a knife channel, so we're talking about a knife. We might as well look at the knife. I just pulled it right out of the bag, no wiping it off, no nothing. But yeah, it looks great. No marks anywhere. I think dude got the whole and what's crazy is these knives are like $200 if you buy them right now. If you buy them new on eBay or White Mountain Knives, they're $200 for their knives by themselves. And then to get both sides, the clip and the blade, it'd have been like another $150. And I got this whole thing for $125. They have matte blast and they have, I think they offer shiny. We'll go back and check it out. This is the matte. But it looks good. He didn't pay to get this extra liner done from the lock bar insert. Sorry, I said liner. I meant lock bar insert. But I wouldn't have paid an extra $25 for that either. Good grief, I can't talk this morning. But I think I'd like to send a knife out to them just to see. So let's see. Oh, it's $150 flat fee to coat everything. And the base finish is glass or matte. So, or stock. So you can get it stock where they won't do nothing to it. They'll just DLC what it looks like as it is. So if you send it to them shiny, they'll just DLC it on top of the shiny. And then you can get them to glass or satin blast it, or you can get them to matte blast it before they DLC it. So they're just offering some of their blasting services. Glass beads is what I do. Matte would be some kind of other material, probably aluminum oxide. So it's glass beads and probably aluminum oxide with the matte. That would be my guess. They don't have any samples of the shiny in the pictures, I don't think. But yeah, so blasted. I don't know if you understand what I just said, but now their page locked up. But yeah, so it says stock finish as is, glass, satin blasted, and matte blasted. How many screws are getting coated? Required. But they have a box up here that lets you check where you just says, please coat everything. Then I need 16 screws. It still stays 100. And you pick your finish. Yeah. Tell us make and model. Anyway, I want to try it out. I bet they do it in-house. He does just about everything else in-house. I wouldn't be surprised if he's bought the stuff to do a setup. Movie and music theme builds. $150. That's pretty wild. The Simpsons. See, I don't know how they get away with copyright stuff. I mean, the Jerry Bears I can understand. Some of the stuff I can understand because it's kind of generic, but that's pretty cool. That Shadow Jerry Bear was pretty cool too. Yeah, he does some nice work. They do some nice work. Morning, John. Hope you're doing well this morning, sir. All right. We never got very far on. I keep coming up with things to talk about besides this, but which is good. I thought about the DLC. I knew y'all would help me come up with stuff to talk about. Vero Avid 1. Sold, traded. Full size FSD. Sold, $760. That's a purty one. There's a Dixon. There's another pretty one with a giant hole. That's what she said. Wow, he's just got. Oh, these are all his for sale ads from way back, I guess. Another Butte. Be careful showing flicker. They used to show all kinds of craziness. Titanium stitch. With purple backspacer. That one sold too. That's funny. I shot a video of my stitch last night. Stitch is a pretty wild knife. Morning, Sever 7. John, that is a great question, and I was hoping nobody would ask it so that I wouldn't have to answer it. I was kind of just letting that fade into existence. But I think by looking at it, that is what is the case. I'm not positive, but it seems like if they do a finish before the coating, and that matters, I would imagine it's like any other coating, and what you start with is what you get at the end. So just like lightning anno or anything else, the shinier you get it before you lightning anno it, the shinier it'll be afterwards. So I would guess so if you sent them a mirror polish when it would be mirror polish. That's probably how some of the companies like Kunwu get such a good DLC. I mean, you can't do it afterwards because diamond light coating can't be affected by anything except diamonds, almost. So yeah, I would say yes. My answer is yes after working through that in my head. Whether it's right or not is it's a different thing. But yes, the same thing with anodize. The finish you've got on it before you anodize, you can't ever get it better than that finish. Because if you start trying to polish anodize afterwards, you'll rub off the anodize. So, however you prep the surface before anodization is how it will be after. So I would say it's the same with DLC, but that was just kind of talking through it in my head. But it makes sense because you can't do much to DLC afterwards. That's the whole point of DLC. Kind of want it locked in. I don't know. It sounds right to me. What about y'all? Oh, yeah, that's cool, Robin. I've wondered how they do some of that, some of those crazy finishes. I'd like to just go hang out with Way of Knife shop for a day or two. That'd be fun. Morning, Sever. What happened to you? You came in, posted a link, and left. Didn't even say good morning to nobody. You can't just link and run. Alright, full-size FSD. 2 Hawk autos and a custom flamed Padre. So there are 2 Hawk autos and a custom something Padre. Yeah. That was all a true statement. Whether that's really, I mean, it is. They used a pencil torch, but they made a weird pattern on it. They didn't do stripes. They did like a kind of almost trying to imitate a snakeskin kind of look or something. I want to get one of those little pencil torches. By the way, there's the link of the knife that Sever sent. Ketuo Knives, new out the front. Called the D-Rocket design. Might be something, So they got these little bitty torches, and I don't even know what they're called. Does anybody know what those little cutting torches? They're not really cutting torches, but they're like little tiny little torches. Small cutting torch. Can you use a cutting torch? I don't know what I'm talking about, honestly. Because it's not a cutting torch, because a cutting torch has a big, but they're little bitty, I thought they'd be called pencil. A pico torch, thank you. I knew there was a word. No. That's, okay, they're probably called that. And they're, yeah, I'm not finding it with propane. Is it acetylene? I can't spell this morning. Right here. Micro flame torch. There we go. There's what you need. $34.50. You need one of these little micro flame torches for acetylene and oxygen to do a good flame anode. That's what the guys, they draw on there. They draw the lines across with one of those. Do what? Was that really 75 bucks? Listed as factory seconds. Oh, that's pretty wild, Sever. They got a fork? Is the fork one 75 bucks? Even a better question is the fork made out of M390? Because if my fork is not made out of M390, I don't want it. That's cool. That's definitely another one of those weapons. How much use except to stab somebody with that? Oh, it's a golf divot tool. Not even a fork. I wasn't even paying attention. Just to take divots out at a golf course. I mean, it's to... Such a nerd sometimes. I knew that. I knew that's what that shape was. Well, that's cool. But yeah, these micro torches. Question. They got 2 hoses. Could you plug up a hose and hook it up to and catch yourself on fire by using it for oh, you don't need to take one off. You can just turn off the valve. Could you hook up a propane and blow yourself up with this torch? I know when you do really, if you want really hot gas, you use MAP gas. So the yellow canisters of MAP gas get hotter than propane. These burn hotter. And I wish you could get a little micro torch. Okay, so what is going on here? Whoa, that looks pretty cool. For gas soldering, I bet you, oh yeah, you could use that. So that's got all kinds of little tips. You could definitely use that little thing. That's made for MAP gas too. Oh, that's awesome, Sever. Yeah, it says they got rid of the bad ones. Got rid of the bad ones and the rest are good to go. But that makes sense that they cleaned them. Angle tip, chisel tip, conical tip, sharp knife. What the heck? It's the right size. Sharp knife. Carvings. All right then. It looks like that might work. Oh, it really is for rope cutting and thermal cutting, so it might not get... I don't know. I'd rather have the acetylene and oxygen one. But that's cool nonetheless. Oh, so you can get... Check this out. You can get an oxygen. You can use a mix. There we go. So you can use a mix of oxygen and MAP gas and use your little regulator with that little torch. Well, that's cool. I didn't know you could mix those two. Huh. All right then. Learn something new every day. Three-inch blade, huh? Have to. Maybe somebody will grab one of those and we can check it out. Nirvana. There's a Nirvana. How much is it? 1,400. It's a beaut. Let's see that thing open. Man, look at that back. Look at the back shot. Sorry. I'm a little obsessed with back shots. Or 50% lockup. 55% lockup. Dang it. No wonder he's getting rid of it. No, I'm just joking. That is some deep lockup, though. There we go. Starting to see it. Where's the whole shot? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, we got a video. That'll work. Maybe. If he opens it. Got terrible action. Wow. Benchmade auto bundle. Budget bundle. Fire sale. Uh-oh. Curtis F3 medium slicer, 300. So that's like Fred had a F3 medium, I believe. That was a good price on it, 300. Oh, and no, that was the knives. Oh yeah, that was 300. Amazing detent, drop shut, jig tie with box and paperwork. 300. Urban EDC F 5.5 and green micarta, 130. Manix 2 lightweight and Spy 27, like new, $100. He still got that. My PayPal is shut down due to a pending very large charge. So Zelle or Cash App only. What's the... Oh, there's the lightweight. Manix, $100. Not a bad price. What was it? Spy 27? Yeah, Spy 27, $100. One of y'all that likes a Manix 2 lightweight should buy that. This guy's got some bangers. Mylan Molozit Custom. Wow. Yeah. Then he's got Ronin. Picture didn't work on the Ronin. Picture didn't work on that one. What is that one? It's a Romain Lopez RWL 34. Uh-oh. We gotta go learn about that thing. That was the blade steel, but yeah, that's pretty nice looking. To check out that guy's work. Any of y'all know about him? Where's Fred when you need him? This guy's name was Romain Lopez. Custom lockback. All right, let's follow him. Yeah, I was going to say, he might be one of those art knife makers, the way that handle looked. That's got the same blade, but a different back. That's pretty wild. Wow, that's nice looking. Wow. That is a super clean knife. My goodness. Does anybody else find that nice? I was about to say another word that would have made y'all think I was weird. I don't know, but that looks pretty sexy to me. Guess that's why there's a subreddit called knife porn, huh? Because, man, that is clean. In fact, I got to bookmark that one. That's bookmarkable. I'm going to add it down here. I'm just going to rename it to Sexy. All right, now it's up there. I want to look at some more now that I saw that. Does that have a name? I didn't even pay attention. He's a French guy. Liner lock. Lame RWL 34. That must mean steel. I don't know what lame mean. Well, I know that. Stabilized. Oh, stabilized wood. Titanium and stabilized wood or something. Let's see what that translates to. Titanium and stabilized maple burl. All right. So not wood, but close. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. I wish I knew what he charged something like that. I know I can't afford it, but the fact that he had another one, wow, this guy makes some. There's some French guys making some nice knives, huh? There were some French guys at Blade Show, a couple of tables. Barlow style. Man. All right. I didn't know about this guy. Oh, these are all custom, Scott. Modern Knife Show. I mean, he charges thousands for some of these, guaranteed. Thousands with the S on the end. And a lot of zeros. I mean, look at that blade. Look at that thing. I mean, how clean is that knife? Come on, man. That's artistic. Now I see why people get into custom knives. Holy cow. I'm addicted to this guy. He's got my sense of style. Look what kind of lock that is, too. I mean, that's just. Come on, man. Let's don't stop yet. What a crazy, beautiful knife. Oh my goodness. Did you see how easy that? All right. Holy cow. RL dot Coutelier. RL Coutier. Coutier. Coutier? RL uh I can't type pronunciation. Coutier. Coutier?
Coutelier. Coutelier.
Yeah, like he did.
Coutelier.
But here, I'll link it for you anyway.
Coutelier.
There you go.
Coutelier.
I mean, let's look at that lock was amazing though. I mean, knives should work like that, but a lot of times they don't. That back lock, man. Like, yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll keep scrolling for just a minute because I'm running across new designs. I love his blade shapes. Oh, we got a front flipper. Man, look at all the. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Those details, man. Those add up. Make something special. I mean, that's a beautiful picture, too. Purdy. All right. Um, there's a plain tie one. We got to check it out. Uh-oh. I might have just found my guy. It makes me my first custom knife. Yep. I might have just found my guy. Yeah. Not just saying that. This guy is something special. I don't know. He's got a lot of my taste. I mean, even knives that I don't normally like the shape of, he does well. Like that one's shaped like my state of Tennessee, but yet I still like it. Knives aren't supposed to be shaped like my state. That one is a clean knife. Could you imagine, like, I don't know. Look how round that one is. Who is this guy? Why does every blade have a great shape? I mean, there's some that are a little out of my, like the one, this one with the double back thing. I mean, but man, talk about beauty. Wow, what a unique art knife. I wouldn't be surprised if that was $15,000, $20,000. If anybody, whoops, if anybody deserves it, somebody that makes knives like this. And that other curve is the backspacer. It's not part of the blade, which is wild. Because when you closes it, it looks like a dagger, like blade. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Okay, I take it back. I do like that other little. French baguettes. Anyone? Now that one. Yeah, and the farther we go back, but some of these new ones, man, were amazing. All right, see what else this guy was selling. He had Perry Customs Ronin. Let's check that one out too, because he might have good taste. Well, he definitely has good taste. But let's follow these guys. Wow, that's a big, beautiful knife too. Not an integral. Inset lock Ronin. Prototype. Y'all might have seen that one. I can imagine y'all might have seen Perry Knife Works, and I think I have heard of Perry Knife Works. Yeah. That's my style knife right there. For sure. How are we running across so many bangers today? That's the one thing that totally surprises me about this broadcast and doing it 262 times is that I don't have to do much preparation in order to talk about knives. I think it's because I love them so much that it just comes easy. And days like this, when we run across all these knives I haven't seen necessarily, might have heard of Perry Knife Works, but I mean Perry Customs, but I haven't gone through his stuff. And just the fact that we're finding these just off a knife swap is pretty wild. It all just flows together, though. I don't have to prepare much for these episodes. Occasionally I'll see stuff I want to talk about and make notes, but for the most part, it just happens. All right, Holt Spectre. Of course, we know what that is. But another banger. And that was that one. So the one in the middle right there is the one, yeah, is that first custom. Let's go look him up. That's a big blade too. That's a real big blade. Handle closed is 120 millimeters. And I think I saw in the chat a second ago, might ask about a crossbow. Is it a sack? Did you say sack crossbow? I can't see the screen. Yeah, it's not coming up when I type in sack crossbow. You talking about one that...
All right, so crossbow mod, a 93mm Swiss Army knife. Got some custom-made carbon fiber darts, stainless steel tip. So in true William Tell fashion, try to shoot the apple, some styrofoam head.
Is that it? That's got to be it.
So, not bad. Didn't miss the apple at least. All right, so
Thank God,
some
new
more
version.
builds and some more modifications and stuff. Be sure to subscribe accurately. Whereas this one, welcome back to the 55 channel. So
check it out.
Again, we've made the crossbow Swiss Army knife version 2.0. So I've made one once before, but it was a 93mm frame, and the crossbow did not fold, and so it kind of permanently stayed open, which kind of hindered the use of the other tools. But you see in this new version here, in the 91mm, it now folds open. As you see, snaps right shut. And so definitely a really cool upgrade. I like this a lot better, the way that it folds down. It makes the knife much more usable, pocketable even. As you can see here, this does stand up a bit, but not so much where it would hinder you carrying this in your pocket. Now, of course, you'd have to carry the other parts separately. Wouldn't be comfortable to carry that in your pocket. But anyways, nonetheless, the tool is still usable. Everything's still accessible, as you can see here. And so I definitely think it's a great upgrade to the
That's awesome.
mod. And as you can see, I've made two, and actually the only difference here is gonna be this one has been blasted. So you can see this dark finish. It's not acid etching, it's actually a sand blasting basically, or media blasting more accurately. Whereas this one retains the original stainless look of the tools. And also the crossbow, you can see the crossbow is also stainless, whereas this one is blasted. All right, so another upgrade here we've done is this is a bit stronger now, about 30% stronger. It actually has 3 springs instead of the 2 in the previous one. And the power is actually pretty significant. And so we're going to be doing a lot of fun things. We'll be shooting a few bolts that I made. So this is carbon fiber shaft with a steel tip on it. Now in my last video, a lot of people commented that I should add fletchings to it to help it actually kind of stay flying straight. And I tried some different ideas. I tried with a shrink wrap to actually be able to get it to where I could like cut ends and made some fletchings. Nothing seemed to work. So that might be something that I still need to improve on. It's actually making these really powerful. And so you can see this is some pretty thick cardboard here. All right, so that toothpick went like over halfway into the box. And so definitely really cool. Like I said, we're gonna be doing the shoot it knife.
That's pretty awesome.
Fun.
Super cool.
Always appreciate when people notice the snap of my mods, and so that's some Army knife.
Oh yeah, he's gonna show how you do it.
Something I was working hard to get on this as well, so it snaps open, snaps shut, just like a Swiss Army knife should. All right, and then I have the little bolt right there. All right, just put this through here, tighten that down.
Thank you, mister, for the idea to look at this. Super cool.
All right, and just like that, you are ready to be an office menace or a cricket hunter.
Cricket hunter.
Here.
That's my
And
new
since
nickname.
This is
That's
stronger than my
Mister's new
previous
nickname.
one, it's also
Mr. the Cricket
bit harder
Hunter.
to get the cable on.
Mr. Cricket Hunter.
All right. And there you go, just like that, you have the crossbow assembled. Now, naturally, you cannot close it with that attached. It's gonna get stuck right there. But anyways, open it up, you can assemble that, and that's ready to go. And then these bolts, let's see if you can see a difference between this and the wooden picks there. Do the same thing here with the box. All right, so actually it didn't go as deep as the wooden pick did, but I think it tends to fly further, more accurate. simply because the tip is heavier than the carbon fiber shaft, and it kind of helps it kind of keep flying straight like that. All right, so that is basically it here for these on the inside.
Yeah, if he made the end a little bit more metal, it shouldn't need a fletching.
Straight like that.
If he just made the end a little, it would be top, it would be end heavy. It would fly straight. I bet he does that next time.
Oh, bounced off of it. All right, so now I'm going to try it with the carbon fiber bolt with the steel tip. Let's see if this will do the trick. Oh, it worked.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then the two.
Having the little target would be cool too.
Crooked.
I mean, you can use any kind of
but said I know they're not
target you want, but yeah, super cool. Thank you, Mr. Cricket Hunter. Morning, Pete. Scott, see you later, buddy. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping in this morning. Hey, Pete, want to see something beautiful? Check out this. Look at this thing. What do you think of that? Sorry, I got to show it off to my friends. Yeah, and if you like that one, check out this backlock knife he's got here. Need to link it too. I'm going to link it next to the other one. Ooh, look at that blade. There's a plain Jane one. Man, this guy makes some beautiful knives. That's one of those backlocks too. Wow. And the action on those things is just sick. All right. I got to link that one too. And then the one I was going to show you right here. Check this one out. Check out how smooth this backlock is. Yes, sir. I like it. Is that going to bring me right back to that? Yep. And that one going to bring me right back to that one? Yep. And then Mr. Sexy. All right. Let's go back here. Do a little bit more Tesseract. This one's sold. Yep. Definitely finding some bangers. Why did he take the price off? 0 swaps. See, there's this guy. Is this the same guy that had those other ones? Had that other Herman? There's 2 guys with 0 swaps that got Hermans on here this morning. That's kind of weird. Nope, this is a different guy, but it's his first swap. Huh. They formatted their post differently. This guy didn't leave the price. Oh, it does have the price. $860 shipped. I hate when they do them like that sometimes. You can't even see them when they're right in front of you. $860 shipped. Shaman RGT Shaman scales. Too much money. Let's look at this Les George Talos. Oh, that's a little thing. Okay, maybe not. It's a chunky thing, not a little thing. Wow. That's a lot of knife. Nice to see you. Yep, we're seeing it's $425, $375. That sold for $375. Okay, that's in my price range. I see you, big boy. Yeah, you got to pay goods and services until they get 25 swaps. The 40 swap guy got you, though. That sucks. $375 for that one's nice. And I got a Talos. I got to add Talos to my knife swap alerts. Give me just half a second to do that. Knife swap. John, stop adding all the same words I say on stream. I'm just joking. Me and John seem to have some of the same taste. All right, we got a bunch of... This guy has got 3 knives. The top 3 have been cloned, but he's got the real deal. Black Damascus inlay. Oh, wow. That's a pretty one. Man, there's some bangers on Knife Swap today. $975 for that one. $800 for this Cortex. Good grief. $950 for this one. He struck at the right time. These knives are super popular. Here's a Shaman. $250. Shaman. Nope. It's a Shaman. Delica ZDP 189. Huh. Clone Rosie Bundle. Clone Skeleton and Radial Frag. Somebody polished up that blade. Well, that's cool. What did he get for $115 for both of them? Yeah. Yo, Jumbo. That guy hasn't been around since you have, drummer. It might have been you. I think after that one time we silenced him or kicked him out, he never came back. Herman Dawn V3. Giant Mouse GM5 to start with. Look at that thing. Dang it, man. Why are they showing these knives today? I'm glad they're all sold. There's another one. There's another one. Why didn't I get an alert about that one? Ah. $600. Dawn V3 plain with the hand rub. I'd give him a hand rub. There's another one. Has this guy got all plain knives? Yep. Of course he does. Oh yeah, and of course it has that clip on it. Wow, I'm not familiar with that knife either. I am now. Today has been a somewhat positive and negative day. Finding knives I like, but they're way too expensive and I don't need to like them. Tolk. The Tolk. That one should only pop up on Knife Swap when it's a real deal. Alright. First thing out of those I don't need. Let me close these windows. Oh, there's that Addie's Dive. I've showed y'all those. That's that new brand I got a watch of not long ago. That khaki color. Those are pretty cool for a new brand. Padre and a Herman Dragonfly. This one sold for $570. Another plain tie beauty. Yep. First Tux. Padre. 220 on that one. 570. That GM5 though, man. I gotta go look at it one more time. Sorry. That is a chunky boy. I love that milling. And it doesn't look like the other Giant Mouse knives. That's the thing. That's the big thing. Still got their touch, but even got jimping up there on the harpoon. Like, how perfect. Yep. I can dig it. Yeah, I love the GMPs too. Well, somehow we made it an hour and 45 minutes. Wow. That went by quick today. Y'all don't mind smashing that like button, I'll be your best friend. You can become my regular Saturday night thing. Guess I'm gonna start winding her down. So, do y'all want me to share my little insights on what I took from this knife that I want to try to apply to a folding knife? And y'all let me know what you think. You can't steal my idea, but you can let me know what you think. So I want to design a little tiny folding knife. And I want it to basically look like this, with the clip included into an integral. And I want it wide enough that it can have a little bit of this spoon part on this side of the knife. But I want it to be a folding knife, but a little folding knife, because this one wouldn't work if it wasn't little. This little spoon cut out and the included clip. So just imagine this widened out, wide enough that you could have this in this other side coming in a little bit, because you don't see knives, folding knives, that have that little thumb place. But it's super comfortable on a smaller knife that you would be using for a utility and trying to do fine cuts. So I thought about just making an integral that folded with a liner on one side and then this little smooth place on the other side. But and then that made me think that I need to get my 3D printer set up so I can start 3D printing prototypes of a small knife to see how it would feel with that in there. With it being wider. Anyway, that was my idea. So if you see one come out, I said it first. And I was just talking about how I wanted an integral with the clip included. And something else I thought about, and this blade stock is thin. It's not the thinnest ever, but I don't know why people worry so much about needing new blades for this thing when they don't think about needing a new blade for this thing. I mean, I get it. It is thinner, but it does have a nice sharpening choil, and you can use the heck out of this thing. So I don't know, but people are worried about finding blades for these. And somebody ought to start an Etsy and just mass produce these little inserts, and they'll have, I said that at the beginning, and they'll have customers for life, especially making different shapes and blade steels. You could, this knife done right, or somebody like Big Idea does one, or somebody, I mean, Vero, whoever does a great one. You could have all different kinds of blade shapes and blade steels. And okay, Pete, we talk, so you can hit me up. We got the channel drum now to go with the peace pipe. I don't like where this thumb stud is for reverse flick. So you can see I'm having, it's not working. You have to give it a lot of wrist, and then sometimes it pinches your finger back here because the way you gotta have to hold it, because the thumb studs are way too far forward. It's not doing nothing. I need to tighten this up or something. I don't know. I don't know. Weird. Yeah. How can they not give you a ball chain to hang this thing around your neck? I mean, those things cost less than a penny, I'm sure. And this came with nothing. It came with some stickers. It didn't even have a ball chain in here. Like, it came with 3 stickers. I was like, when I got the box, I was like, where's the little chain? Oh, provide your own chain. Take 2 of them off your ceiling fan and connect them and put it in your knife and wear it around your neck. Nope. No circles. I don't get into drum circles. Drum circles are for Wookiees. Is that a proper term? Can I use that name? Is that culturally sensitive? Wookiee? I'm talking about the Star Wars animal. No drum circles for Chip. Chip might be standing in the background listening to a crazy drum circle, but Chip will not be participating in a drum circle. And no offense to my Wooks out there. Nothing wrong with them. I'm just not going to play the drum circle. Well, guys, I don't know what y'all thought about my knife idea, but makes me want to get my 3D printers up and going so I can make some prototypes. Hey, Ed. So the knife I sent you from the giveaway win, I sent you a knife that had a lanyard on it, but out of respect, I took it off before I sent it to you because I knew you would just laugh at it. But it is a knife that you've already shown interest in, so I'm hoping you like it. Mr. Whalen is getting his knife that he's getting is a special knife because it matches the very first titanium knife that he ever got, which was from me. He told me in the stream that he didn't have a titanium knife. I told him I'd send him one. So I did. And this new one that I just sent him is a brother to that knife. And then, last but not least, Mr. John. He got a knife that will suit his taste. I'm not going to tell you, Ed. Don't worry. But yeah, the knife I got John is specific to his taste. And I also included a larger knife that I told him I was going to send him to check out and send back to me. But I tried to personalize each one so that they would match the person. And this is a cool little knife that I pulled out of my sale pile. It's one of the only cool knives from that company in a long time, in my opinion. But it's got a great little harpoon shape. And it's got great action and good lockup. Thank you, Mr. Pete. I try to match it up to what I think people won't have. I so wish I would have sent Bless a clone now, but I didn't. I sent him a Civivi or something. I don't know what I sent. I don't remember what I sent him, but yeah, this knife is not bad for what it is. It's even got a cool name, I think. Called something. What's it called? The Divergent. Divergent. Back when I was in my starting days of budget knives, this is a great one. So I pulled it out of my for sale pile. Now I got the king of great ones. Great budget ones. The 3 Ozark Trails. The OG, the button lock, and the crossbar. I mean, the Tonto in aluminum. Well, all right, guys. Appreciate y'all being here with me and making every morning exciting. I know I don't have to worry about anything. That we'll all just find something to talk about, and today was one of those days. Seems like it's a lot of episodes when you start reading the number, and I guess it is. Sometimes I almost want to have a day off, and then I'm like, nah, can't miss it. It's too much fun. And I'm never really super tired when I get off work. I've always got that extra energy you get. I don't care how tired you are at work. You can be dragging terribly at work. As soon as you hit that door, boy, you got all that energy. That's how it always is. So might as well talk about knives for a little while since I'm going to be up anyway. Ed, you have a great day, sir. Mr. Drummer. John. Robin. Pete. JD. Oh, I didn't see you come in, JD. I guess I did see you come in. Because you said something about the Yo Jumbo, but I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. All right, guys. William, appreciate you. Everybody else who was around earlier. Scott, mister. Thank y'all for being here. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Y'all have a great day.